Karen immigrated from their Mongolite ancestors, you see. Thousands of years they immigrated from China side to Burma, and they settled in the frontiers of the Burma. Since they are minority, ethnic minority, they are shy, they are simple people, and they do not mingle with the majority Burmans. So they live on outside of the country, and they have a simple agricultural life.
Burma itself is made up of so many different minority groups on the border with Bangladesh, and then up near India, and all the way around on Thailand, on the Thai side also. These minority groups were there before the military took over, and they had all of their roots in Burma, coming from many different tribes. Many of them look very different. When you ask, are you Burmese? They say, no, I'm Karen. No, I'm Kachin. I'm Shan. I'm Arakan. I'm Rakhine. They say they're different types. Even among the Karen, there are different types of Karen, like the Pa'o and different. They say, I'm from this area or this area. So they're very proud of their heritage. They're very proud of their language. Many of the ethnic minorities do not speak Burmese, the language of the country. They'll speak some English and then their native language, but they feel that it's an insult for them to speak Burmese.
Where are you from? Where did you live before here?
Before
he came here?
Yeah, before he came here, he lived inside Tong district.
Okay, where is that?
Inside Burma.
Burma.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you come here?
Yeah, when they live in their homelands, Burmese soldiers come and their village burn all. They burn all, and then they have no home, so they have no job, so they come here. If they cannot pay money, they will kill and they will shoot like that. 2005, soldiers came and then burned all their village, so they have no homes. So he come here. Yes.
Where were you born?
I was born in Korean state during the Burmese 18, and we moved to jungle, and I was born. The Burmese soldier came to our village and burned and our shelter and our houses. Some people they went to Burmese village. We don't like to go live with the Burmese, so we moved in jungle, yeah? And we live in jungle more than 4 years.
You lived in the jungle for 4 years?
Yes, 4 years.
What was that like?
Very far. We met many problems. Because, like there's food and there's anything. Because we do not have to wait to find food. Difficult way. I saw some of the Korean people when they find the food, the Burmese shoot them and they die. Yes.
On 1995, I came to Malak camp because the Burmese soldiers burned down my house. All 200 houses burned down on April 25th, 1995. So I moved to the camp because we have nothing to wear or to eat. So we came to the camp.
When they capture Korean people, do they use them as like labor workers?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me a little bit about it?
If they saw the Korean men or women, they force them to work for them as labor. So it's very sad for Korean. They don't treat us as their friends, but treat us as their enemies. It's very sad. Yeah.
Sometimes in the night we tie the workers because they fear that the workers to run away.
I can name it: forced relocation, forced labor, a child soldier, using rape as a weapon, and using all sorts of persecution against the Karen people.
When they ran away, if they see, they killed everybody who ran away.
If they capture the Korean people, they don't release them, but they have to run away. They have to escape by themselves. You cannot be released, because you have to carry until you die.
Are there anybody here in the camp who escaped?
A lot of people, yeah.
غرباء 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 ولغير الله لا نحني الجباه غرباء وارتضيناها شعارا في الحياة إن تسل عنا فإنا لا نبالي بالطغاة نحن جند الله دوما دربنا درب الأباء غرباء 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 ولغير الله لا نحني الجباه غرباء وارتضيناها شعارا في الحياة إن تسل عنا فإنا لا نبالي بالطغاة نحن جند الله دوما دربنا درب الأباء لا نبالي بالقيود بل سنمضي للخلود لا نبالي بالقيود بل سنمضي للخلود فلنجاهد ونناضل ونقاتل من جديد غرباء هكذا الأحرار في دنيا العبيد غرباء 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 ولغير الله لا نحني الجباه غرباء وارتضيناها شعارا في الحياة إن تسل عنا فإنا لا نبالي بالطغاة نحن جند الله دوما دربنا درب الأباء كم تذاكرنا زمانا يوم كنا سعداء بكتاب الله نتلوه صباحا ومساء كم تذاكرنا زمانا يوم كنا سعداء بكتاب الله نتلوه صباحا ومساء غرباء 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 ولغير الله لا نحني الجباه غرباء وارتضيناها شعارا في الحياة إن تسل عنا فإنا لا نبالي بالطغاة نحن جند الله دوما دربنا درب الأباء.
So forced labor is definitely happening inside Burma. It's been happening for years. Everyone knows it's happening. Thousands of reports are coming out continuously about people having to be porters or women becoming sexual slaves. It's horrible. Burma has some of the worst human rights violations in the world. And that's what's so sad, is that this closed country is just staying to itself and torturing its people, basically.
Burmese army regarded the Karen as enemies, you see. So when they come to the village, they shoot to kill. Even the dogs were killed because they make noise. So the Karens were asked to do forced labor. Come with your own food. Come with your own tools. If not, you will be detained. You will be persecuted. So it's a forced labor. And forced relocation is, they don't want Karens to be widespread. You all come and live in this one, make a fence, and live in this one big village, and we will protect you. And if they go out from this territory, the order is you'll be shot on sight. Many people are shot on sight, you see. Child labor, child soldier also. Our children, as young as 8, are being forced to join the army in the city as well as in the villages.
Why did you come to this camp?
Because in my village, in my place, I cannot study because most of the time we have to work for the military, so we cannot go to school, and also therefore I came across the border and leave the camp. Yeah.
What is going on with Karen and Burmese?
There are a lot of conflict, contradiction between Karen and Burmese. Because we Karen ask our independence, but the Burmese don't give us the independence or freedom. So therefore, we rise up and take actions in order to get freedom, especially for Karen people. Therefore, Karen and Burmese are fighting a lot since 1949. Since then, till now, that's almost 60 years ago.
I have hope. So, but I have hope only if God do miracle things for our Karen people. Because now it's broken in everywhere. It cannot build easily. So if God make miracle things, it can build.
Do you have hope that one day current state will be free from Burma?
Yes, I hope. Because now we live in here. Now our country is very weak due to fighting, but I'm not hope for the fighting, because we pray to God. God can do anything, and we hope that yes. Maybe someday we have a land, a freedom. This is my hope.
My first time working with the Karen, I saw a sign in the middle of the jungle, and it was just basically some posts and then something carved into wood. It was in Karen in the symbols, and then underneath it was written in English, and it said, "Welcome to Kathule." And so anyway, I leaned to the person in front of me, the translator. His name was Rainbow, and I said, "Rainbow, what does that sign mean? What is Kathule?" And he said, "It's the name of our Karen state. That's the name. We don't call it Karen state. We don't even call it Burma. We call it Kathule." And I said, "Well, what does Kathule mean?" And he kind of laughed, and they kind of talked together. All the guys, the Karen guys, kind of arguing about what the name is. And he said, "Well, it means land without evil."
Know that we are living in our homes while children die. Know that we have all that we need while the orphans cry. Sustenance and security, they are deprived. In oppression and in poverty, they must survive. محمد رسول الله. غرباء تسل عنا فإنا لا نبالي بالطغاة نحن جند الله دوما دربنا درب الأباء كم تذاكرنا زمانا يوم كنا سعدا في كتاب الله نتلوه صباحا ومساء كم تذاكرنا زمانا يوم كنا سعدا في كتاب الله نتلوه صباحا ومساء غرباء 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 غرباء
Karen immigrated from their Mongolite ancestors, you see. Thousands of years they immigrated from China's side to Burma and they settled in the frontiers of the Burma. Since they are minority, ethnic minority, they are shy, they are simple people and they do not mingle with the majority Burmans. So they live on outside of the country and they have a simple agricultural life.
غرباء 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 ولغير الله لا نحني الجبال غرباء وارتضيناها شعارا